Welcome to Scandinavia, land of the Vikings. Let me tell you a story about Thorsten. Thorsten the Curious, he was named. Thorsten was living in that time Scandinavia. Thorsten was with his wife, Fintris. Thorsten was a very curious guy, and he has always been curious about everything in life. He wanted to build, he wanted to explore, he wants to see the world. Someday Thorsten, he went to the city. And in the city he said, listen, I need a ship and I need a crew. I have an idea, but the idea will contain that we will go as far north that we can. People was not thrilled about that idea. And it took Thorsten a lot of convention to gathering some people. But certainly after some time, he gathering a small crew of 10 people. These 10 people, they didn't have anything. They was like low lives. And he has to build them up and say, listen, we have to travel this. There is unbelievable worlds out there. I got some sign from the gods. They start to build a ship. But they normally was building big ships, but they knew they could only build a small ship to carry 10 people. It was important that everybody has their role because community was everything. A day they was done with building this ship and they was driving out to the sea and they was sailing. Thorsten has always been a good sailor and a good navigator, so he know all about the coastlines. But suddenly the coastline was disappearing and they came out to a big ice wall. The crew was very scared now because Thorsten has promised them land, he promised them an adventure, and now they only seen ice. Everybody was afraid now. What has Thorsten did? Was this a punishment from the gods for them to go with him? Thorsten was also start to be a little worried, but he knew deep in his soul that there was more out there. So he said to this crew, don't give up, we just have to find the narrow. I know there will be a narrow in the ice. After a couple of days, people will start to be even more worried. He sent out a raven. The raven came back. That will say no land to be found. Hope was almost about to be done and over. But in the horizon they saw there is a hole in the ice. People was not satisfied, people was not thrilled about this, but they was like, okay, maybe there will be hope. So they sailed through the narrow, they came to the ice. They get through small, the boat could just fit in to the ice. They was like, are we trapped now? We don't know. We cannot turn around and we cannot go back. We have to continue the journey. The journey took at least 2 days. And suddenly, on the other side of the ice, they found it, they saw it, the new land, sun, the warm was coming up. They sent the raven and the raven didn't come back. That will say there was a good land out there. And they found it. So treasuring earth, wonderful trees and fruits they have never saw in their entire lives. Everybody was thrilled. This was like a dream. This was a new world. But they could not stay here forever. But they gathered a lot of stuff from there. They took the seeds, they took the fruits, they gathered up everything they could carry with them in the ship. And they bring it back to Scandinavia and show to the people there is other worlds out there. And this can maybe be one of the reasons that exploring was starting and be so curious in the Viking blood.